is ready for business like never before. That was the message of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to the global community, to the global investors. Hello and a very warm welcome to this special edition of Rajya Sabha Television from Gujarat. And in this edition, I'll get you all the highlights of recently concluded 9th edition of Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit.
जय 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 गणवी गुजरात.
The Gujarat Investors Paradise, a showcase of successful projects to mark the 9th edition of this global summit. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the 9th edition of the Vibrant Gujarat Global Investors Summit 2019 at Mahatma Mandir in Gandhinagar. Over 28,000 MOUs have been inked at Vibrant Gujarat 2019. The summit this year saw around 40,000 participants from 135 countries. Over 3,000 of these delegates were from overseas, while more than 20 ministerial delegations also attended the summit.
Prime Minister also assured the investors that the momentum of reforms would continue and that he would focus on reducing government and enhancing governance.
In all, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chief Minister Vijay Rupani chaired 128 meetings with top CEOs. The Prime Minister underlined that policies initiated by his government has helped the country improve its ranking in the World Bank's Doing Business report.
Friends, India is now ready for business as never before. We have made doing business easier. In the last 4 years, we have jumped 65 places in the global ranking of World Bank's Doing Business report. From 142 in 2014 to 77 now, but we are still not satisfied. I have asked my team to work harder so that India is in the top 50 next year. I want our regulations and processes to compare with the best in the world. We have also made doing business cheaper.
Prime Minister Modi also said that the government has been able to maintain a steady growth rate. He underlined that at 7.3%, the average GDP growth has been the highest for any Indian government since 1991. At the same time, the average rate of inflation at 4.6% is the lowest for any Indian government since 1991.
Over the last 4 years, the focus of my government has been to reduce government and enhance governance. The mantra of my government has been reform, perform, transform, and further perform. We have taken a number of drastic steps. We have also undertaken deeper structural reforms which have added strength to our economy and nation. As we have done so, we continue to remain one of the fastest growing major economies in the world. Major international financial institutions like the World Bank and the IMF, as well as agencies like Moody's, have expressed confidence in India's economic journey. We are focused on removing the barriers which were preventing us from achieving our full potential.
Several technical sessions were held, several business-to-business business to government meetings were also held. Several MOUs were inked, and now it is expected that this will propel FDI inflow and also create novel job opportunities.
Within hours of its launch, the Vibrant Gujarat Summit saw investment commitment worth thousands of crores from industrialists. Investment will be made in a clutch of projects across sectors to boost trade and to unleash job opportunities. Mukesh Ambani has committed to invest 3 lakh crore rupees in various projects in the next 10 years in Gujarat that may range from energy and petrochemical to new technology and digital business.
Gujarat is Reliance's Janmabhoomi as well as its Karmabhoomi. Gujarat has always been and will always remain our first choice. At Reliance, our motto is India first, and within India, Gujarat first. We have so far invested nearly 3 lakh crores in the state of Gujarat and created and catalyzed over 1 million livelihood opportunities in Gujarat. In comparison to the past decades, Reliance will double this investment and employment numbers over the next 10 years. Reliance's new business model will move away from concentrated investments in a few locations to much larger investments in a distributed manner all across Gujarat.
Gautam Adani announced over 55,000 crore rupees investment in the next 5 years in a host of projects in Gujarat, including the world's largest solar park, a copper plant, a cement unit, and a lithium battery manufacturing complex. Tata Group Chairman N. Chandrasekharan said the conglomerate plans to invest in lithium-ion battery manufacturing in Gujarat.
Our investment in Gujarat in the past 5 years exceed rupees 50,000 crores, and we are further accelerating our investments. Over the next 5 years, our investment will include the world's largest solar hybrid park in Kutch. The anticipated investment in this park is rupees 30,000 crores. We also plan to establish a 1 gigawatt data center park in Mundra, a 1 million tons of copper smelting and refining project, a cement and clinker manufacturing unit in Lakhpat, an integrated lithium battery manufacturing complex, and expand our photovoltaic manufacturing capabilities. Overall, we anticipate a total rupees 55,000 crores of investment in all these projects.
Our hotels business, our airlines business are significantly integrated with the state of Gujarat and the tourism opportunity that it presents. So we see Gujarat as a big partner for the Tata Group.
Japanese automaker Suzuki Motor Corporation said it will commission its third plant at Gujarat by 2020 and will aggressively introduce new hybrid vehicles in India with technical support from Toyota.
Suzuki is making investment in Gujarat on a continuous basis. The first vehicle assembly plant of Suzuki Motor Gujarat was inaugurated in September 2017. The second plant will start shortly. We plan to commission the third assembly plant in 2020. After 3 plants in operations, annual production capacity of Suzuki Motor Gujarat will be enhanced up to 750,000 units.
The Gujarat government had invited proposals in 3 different categories: investment intentions, the intention for strategic partnership, and startups.
It was for the first time that Africa Day was celebrated at this massive event. MOUs were aimed to enhance cooperation in the sectors like education, health and infrastructure. This is expected to further strengthen and boost bilateral ties between India and Africa.
In an attempt to further deepen India-Africa trade ties, the 9th edition of the Vibrant Gujarat Global Investment Summit 2019 celebrated Africa Day, marking trade ties between the two sides. It provided a platform for global leaders and industry captains to come together to discuss the opportunities for strategic partnerships, trade and investment, and further enhance the bilateral trade relations between India and Africa in general and Gujarat and Africa in particular.
Prime Minister Modi has declared Africa as top priority in our foreign and economic policy. Articulating our Africa policy in 10 broad guiding principles during his visit to Uganda, he stated, and my friend from Uganda will vouch for this, he stated that our development partnership will be guided by African priorities. It will be on our terms that will liberate African potential and not constrain African future. In the last 4 years, our long-standing ties with Africa have acquired vibrancy and dynamism. There has been unprecedented intensification of our political engagement with Africa, with 29 visits to African countries at the level of President, Vice President and Prime Minister, apart from several ministerial visits.
This Vibrant Gujarat is very exceptional because it has seen the attendance of a lot of participants coming from everywhere in the world, especially in Africa. This year it is again exceptional. Exceptional why? Because we are about to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Nelson Mandela, 150th anniversary of the big Mahatma Mandir, father of the nation. And so the two combined together makes the Africa Day here a special day for the African citizens, whether they are politicians, decision makers, diplomats like me, or just civil society people.
A special Africa pavilion was set up at the exhibition center at the trade show. It featured the progress of various projects carried out under the Memorandum of Understanding between Gujarat and over 20 African countries.
I would like to thank the government of Gujarat for organizing this meeting, and it was a very enjoying meeting, and we hope it will be contribute efficiently in the cooperation between India and all Africa, mainly Mali.
Gujarat exports products to 51 out of the 54 countries on the African continent. The exports from Gujarat ports have doubled over the last 4 years. Exports amounted to $19.6 billion during 2017-2018. Africa is home to about 3 billion people of Indian origin. Majority of them are from Gujarat.
Lot of opportunities in Africa. There are governments, they have lot of new ideas, energies, and so the opportunities for the community over here to be a part of the development of Africa was the main idea for the Africa Day. And I'm sure the way the participation is there for Africa Day, not only that, we have B2G meetings, and lot of companies are meeting the participants from African nations. So I think something or the other opportunities will create.
The government is eyeing enhanced engagement with the African Union, African regional communities and African Development Bank to build upon the existing partnerships and create jobs and development opportunities for all.
Since several big-ticket investment projects were announced, it is expected that new vistas will be opened for the MSME sector, strengthening the entire supply chain and boosting economic activity.
The MSME convention organized in the summit is expected to create opportunities for international business, technology transfer and long-term business tie-ups for the MSME sector. The convention also focused on the recently launched Loan Under 59 Minutes scheme that provides MSMEs an in-principle approval for loans up to 1 crore rupees through an easy-to-access online portal.
तो चरखा टू चंद्रयान हमारी दूरी, हम वहाँ तक दूरी तय कर रहे हैं कि चरखे को में भी टेक्नोलॉजी दे रहे हैं, चाहे आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस हो, चाहे अन्य टेक्नोलॉजी हो, और चंद्रयान तक एमएसएमई के एंटरप्रेन्योर अब वहाँ तक पहुँच रहे हैं। तो ये हमारे लिए उपलब्धि है। प्रधानमंत्री ने एमएसएमई को एक ऐसा टेक्नोलॉजी से फिनेंशियल इंक्लूजन जोड़ा है कि 59 मिनट में आप 1 करोड़ तक आप लोन ले सकते हैं। ये ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस का इससे बड़ा और कोई स्टेप नहीं हो सकता है।
As many as 53 international and 28 national trade and commerce chambers participated in the convention. Trade bodies from Canada, Dubai, Taiwan, Japan, the BRICS Chamber of Commerce and the Indo-US Business Council also attended the session.
That is the cradle of innovation. Some of those small and mid-size and micro companies are going to become the next Googles and Amazons and whoever's. I mean, the reality is that is where they all begin. So it is wise to take care of investing in, encouraging, in giving an opportunity to smaller companies because they are the future.
The micro, small and medium enterprises sector alone saw the signing of a whopping 21,000 MOUs. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu addressed the valedictory session at the summit. He said that once the land of culture, India has now become the land of opportunities. He said the summit has now become a global platform where countries from across the world not only come together for business ventures, but social, environmental and humanitarian issues are discussed with the same zeal.
Everybody is saying that India's growth will be amongst the highest, higher than the most developed economies, higher than the most emerging economies in the coming days. The entire world is looking towards India because India is a place of happening. And India is looking towards Gujarat because the Gujarat people are known for entrepreneurship and Gujarat shows the way for progress. With the GDP growth consistently remaining above 7%, experts have predicted India to become $10 trillion economy and the third largest by 2030. This growth being achieved is not just representative of the vast pool of enterprising people, but is also supported by progressive and long-term reforms, sound financial acumen, and the impetus given to building a robust infrastructure. It is because of these factors that for the first time ever, India has registered the fastest growth in FDI in over 2 decades.
At the valedictory session, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu asserted that global corporations are attracted towards India because of huge untapped potential of Indian market driven by favorable demographics and rising disposable incomes.
In 2003, Prime Minister Modi had conceptualized the summit as then Gujarat Chief Minister to position the state as an ideal investment destination. Current Chief Minister Vijay Rupani says the successful experimentation with the summit is at the very roots of Gujarat becoming the growth engine of the nation. The focus of the state government now is to implement the MOUs.
Your visionary initiatives such as Make in India, Skill India and Stand Up India have made India one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Sir, Gujarat is totally committed to your vision of building a strong India. You have given us the vision of New India.
In the last 4 years, India has jumped 65 places as per the World Bank's Doing Business report on ease of doing business in India. From 140 in 2014, India is now at the spot 77 in 2019. India continues to remain one of the fastest growing economies in the world, with major financial institutions like the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund and leading companies and top industrialists expressing confidence in the country's economic journey. Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit 2019 is a testament to the growing faith of businesses in Gujarat and indeed in India.
The endeavour is to boost investment and create new job opportunities and, of course, pave way for creation of new India. With that, it's a wrap on this edition. With camera person Junaid Iqbal Khan, I'm Kriti Mishra, signing off from Gujarat.